Yo, what's up, everybody? Just gonna wait for a few more people to join in. Let's see. How do I share this? Nope, that's not working. If I tap it, do I get more options? Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry about that. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Perry? How you doing, man? I'm just waiting for maybe at least one or two more people to join in, and then we'll kick things off. Sorry, I know I'm interfering with this camera a little bit. Just trying to get it working properly again. Sit back, sit more forward. Why is this weird line across my screen? I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Yeah, man. It's been an interesting day. Shoot, I really should have set things up a little bit better, so that we get at least a few more viewers in. And for some reason I can't, because I started this live in this view, I can't share it. I can't find the buttons to share the podcast. So if you guys could do me a favor and share the podcast, and let's get more people in. So we got a few more guys here. Thank you all so much. Welcome, everybody. This is your boy Bob Rock, and this is another episode of the B-Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. I'm sure you guys are wondering what's going on and why the format has returned to its former glory. It's just that I've been having some ISP issues, and I can't hook up my PC to my router for some odd reason. But nonetheless, not to worry, I'm all on top of that, and that should be sorted out quite soon. Then at least I'll be able to give you guys a little better show than this odd format that we have. So for the guys that just joined in, please, if you could do me a favor and share the podcast so that we get a few more viewers in. It's not gonna be very long today, I think. Well, that all depends on the audience interaction, like I always do. Hey, what's up, Matt? Thank you so much for joining in, man. Really appreciate it. So we got a few things we want to chat about today. A couple of things I picked up from some of the groups recently. I have been awfully busy at work these days, so my content gathering hasn't been quite up to scratch, but there are a few things that I do have that I want to talk about. Something a little bit fun, something very interesting. I think so. Let's get right into it. A couple of weeks back, maybe 1 or 2 weeks back, somebody posted a video. Oh, I think it was Jack. Yeah, Kaisuke Jack. I'm sure you guys know him. I can't remember if it was on his profile or whether it was on one of the one of the meme groups, and he posted a small clip of Alexei. I think if you guys know Alexei, then you know what I'm talking about. If you guys don't know Alexei, but maybe you're more familiar with what's his name? His YouTube link, his YouTube channel. I think it's called like Noriyari or Noriyaro. something to that effect. But Caucasian guy out in Japan doing his thing. He speaks fluent Japanese as well. Hey, Salam Omar, thank you so much for joining in, my man. I think Noriyaro. I think that's the name of. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Perry Noriyaro. And where he's on his channel, I think he bought a chaser, or he brought in his chaser to one of the panel shops, and the mechanic there, her name is Yuri. And if you guys do want to follow her, she has a Instagram an Instagram account, and it goes Mechdol_Yuri. So MECHDOL_Yuri. Walaikum salam, Rahmat. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's quite an entertaining account. Very, very nice account. She has some sweet cars, some awesome cars. So like I said, so I think it was Jackie posted a clip of Alexei, or it was a screenshot of the video where she's talking about she's telling Alexei about his car and how bad it is, and the age of those cars are over. So the age of missiles is over. The era is over. No one drives missiles anymore. So I had to go and check out the link and go and have a look at this video that the screenshot was taken from. And I'm so glad, I am so glad that I actually went and watched that video. Hey Sebastian, how you doing, my bro? Thank you so much for joining in all the way from Canada. So Sebastian runs the Elite Drift Shop out in Canada. And if you guys remember, I did do a track feature of his track out there. So it's so good to see you, man. Really appreciate the support and for joining in on this podcast. I know it looks a little bit different. I've been having some issues, but not to worry. It's all going to be fixed up and ready to go very soon. In fact, as soon as it's fixed, whether it's my podcast day or not, I'm going to go online and I'm going to do a little live video as soon as I'm on. Also, you can see I don't have my glasses on, but I can see properly. Back to this video. Very entertaining video. If you go on Noriyaro's YouTube channel, you'll see what I'm talking about, where he brings in his chaser. It's a white chaser and it's pretty beat up, and he stops at Yuri's shop. I can't remember the name of the shop. I really should have written it down. But it was the most entertaining YouTube video I've watched in a long time. So the part that got me was her absolute lashing of Yuri about his car and how bad that thing was, and the age of the missile is over, and it's the era of the Reiwa style. Umar, contact lenses. I know, man, I don't have any contact lenses. I struggle to put contact lenses on. So I've got my glasses, yeah. The reason why I'm not using it now is because the glare from the light, from the ring light, is just like, see? And well, okay, I suppose it's not that bad. But yeah, so it's and I don't know whether it resonated with me, whether that's the right word to use, but I don't know. I felt something about it when she said it's the Reiwa era or the Reiwa style, meaning beautiful cars. It's the age of beautiful cars, and I suppose her justification of it was quite reasonable, because she said if you drive a beautiful car, you will not want to smash it, you will not want to damage it, thereby increasing your skill. And it kind of makes sense. Hey, what's up, Rob? You are the man, dude. You are the man. And for everybody else that's watching, I will tell you why Rob and the Kamoa D family are the peoples, are the real MVPs. We're going to get to that a little bit later. Yeah, Omar, I mean, I agree. If you drive a beautiful car, you will be skittish to scratch it, to damage it, and more so with drifting. You don't want to damage it. You don't want to. Jesus, glasses are dirty. You don't want to damage it at all. So it makes sense. So I started hashtagging Rewa style, and it just so happens that I commented on that post that Jack made about, and I was laughing. I was like, I particularly liked the lashing that she gave Alexei, and I made a few other comments after that, and then I got a response from Alexei with something which I did not expect. I mean, he's not I won't say he's not like a celeb, but he's well known. He's a well known YouTuber, millions of views and whatever. So I was kind of chuffed that he took the time out to react or respond to it. It was pretty cool. So yeah, guys, hashtag Rewa style. To hell with those glasses. So if you guys want to know more about Rewa style, just Google it, man. I believe, and I stand to be corrected, but each year in Japan has a certain significance or is named after, I think, the reigning emperor, if I'm not mistaken. So please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to disrespect anyone from Japan or the Japanese culture or the Japanese royal family. So this is what I've read, that the former emperor abdicated his throne to his son. The previous era, geez, I can't remember what the previous era was called, but this era where the new emperor has come into rule is called the Reiwa style, or the Reiwa era. Sorry, the Reiwa era, and that basically means beautiful, or yeah, the gist of it means beautiful. So you equate that to drifting, and drifting with beautiful cars, hashtag Reiwa style or Reiwa era. So I think that we can definitely apply to RC drifting, because we all know we do spend quite a pocket on our bodies. And if you really want to know, you should follow Asif. Hey, what's up, Robert? Dude, I'm so sorry. I saw you there. I didn't reply to you. I'm so sorry. What's up, Robert? Thank you so much for joining in. So I see we have quite an audience today. Thank you guys so much for joining in. If you guys didn't know, you will know me now. My name is Bob Rock, and this is the B-Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Jeez, I'm getting tongue-tied with my own tagline. The format is a little bit informal or different to what I have been doing for the last quite a few episodes, but that's a whole nother story. We are over it. We are moving forward. Hey Stefan, thank you so much, man. That's another Kamoa D fan. Omar, please share. Yes, after the podcast, I will share the link to that video. I promise you, it's super entertaining. I learned a hell of a lot also. But yeah, super entertaining video. Hey, what's up, Rudolph? Thank you so much for joining in. Really appreciate it. So yeah, man, it's the era of beautiful cars, and we're not just talking about the actual real drift cars. We are talking about our RC drift cars as well. It's the era of beautiful drift cars. Hashtag Rewa style. Just remember, if you are putting up pictures of your beautiful builds, hashtag Rewa style in there. Tag me in it. My Instagram handle is at Bob_rock, just as it is. You guys know me, Bob Rock. Bob_rock. I follow back also. Yeah, so that, I really enjoyed that video. It made a lot of sense, but just it was just so entertaining. I don't know about you guys, but it's like almost anything dealing with the Japanese culture or Japan, like immediately intrigues me, especially the language. So I've been trying to learn Japanese. It's not easy. It's not easy, but we are going there. We are making progress. Also, a couple of birthdays happened last week. One of whom we know very well, Stig. Happy birthday, bro! I know it's like a week late, but yeah, happy birthday, man. Uh, I was so busy today, I forgot to check whose birthday it was today. So if it was your birthday today, fellow drifter, happy birthday. Hope you have an awesome day, and wish you many more. And I hope we get to meet somewhere, sometime on some drift track, and we get to drift together. That's part of my a new part of the show where I'd like to give birthday shout outs to everybody whose birthday it was recently. So hope you guys had a good day. And let's see, there's a couple other things. Something really important again. Important and annoying. And more annoying is this whole, I see it again, man, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. So please drop a comment. Let me know what you think about it. There's been a resurgence of converting all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive, and in particular, it seems that the Hsp Flying Fish is the target. Now, there's so much we can say about it because that's how annoying it is. Especially being all the new guys just getting into the hobby and immediately going, no, I wanna make this rear-wheel drive. What can I do to make it rear-wheel drive? Can I just take out the front shafts or the front diff and make it rear-wheel drive? How can I get more angle on it? Jeepers, it drives me crazy, man. It drives me crazy. As a newbie, you can't just expect to make an all-wheel drive into a rear-wheel drive when firstly, you only just started drifting. Secondly, you still don't have a clue how to drift. Third, you're lacking the technical skill and ability and experience to convert an all-wheel drive into a rear-wheel drive, let alone a flying fish, let alone. And then fourth, and this is particularly annoying, is that then you want to tell everybody who's advising you to leave that Hsp or all-wheel drive alone, go for a dedicated rear-wheel drive chassis, which is a lot more affordable, is like a lot more affordable right now, and will save you time and money and effort, all those three things can be put into your rear-wheel drive and make you better. It's ridiculous, and that's my biggest issue. That's my biggest issue with the guys. Okay, so I want to go back to a couple of comments here because I see some interesting comments here. So we got Wolf says, hell of a lot. X-rays, HSPs, TTO1s, and more. Yeah. Rob says, save your breath, man. Let them learn the hard way if they ain't done research in the same dang page they post. Absolutely, man. I can't understand it. They are literally reading it every single day, and yet they're still going, nah, to hell with it. I'm gonna go out and get me a flying fish, and I'm gonna fly with the fish. Perry says, okay, some chassis are worth it in my opinion. I just converted a Yokomo DPR, which was surprisingly easy. It drifts super stable as well as tandem for days. As a newbie though, I wouldn't advise. Okay, that came from Perry. Now, I absolutely agree. But let's look at the skill level and the experience level. You have been drifting for a number of years, and you've been through the 50/50, the CS, and finally rear wheel drive. So you have the ability and you have the technical knowledge and all of these things to make that change. Also, you know which chassis can be easily converted to a rear wheel drive. Like everybody knows the Yoko DPR makes a hell of a rear wheel drive. And there are a number of other chassis as well. I'm sure MSTs as well. But as my issue is like with a newbie, somebody that just started into the hobby and now they want to get in and go rear wheel drive with the flying fish. Oh, come on, man. You need more ability than that. You need more skill. You need to practice. At the very least, if you still want to go that route, okay, fine. At the very least, go CS first. Try CS first. Go high CS. And then go rear wheel drive and then tell me, okay. Let's see. Stefan says they can't help it. They get advice from local RC shops and they sell them a TT01D. That is very true. And I'll tell you what I do. I first ask them, what do you want to do with your drifting? How do you want to drift? Do you just want to do drifting socially, or do you want to like get in there, get in competitions, or you really want to get into the hobby, you want to take your skill to the next level? That's what I ask them. Then I always ask them, what's your budget? Budget affects everything. Now, for somebody that also works with a tight budget, I can understand that part of them when they say, no, I only have X amount to spend. So I always tell them, okay, look, if you want to just socially drift, go get whatever you want and go for it. You know, here's some tips that will help you with your drifting, but don't expect it to drift like how you see in some of the videos. If you do want to take it to the next level, I'd rather you save up and invest in a better equipment one time. Okay, so Omar says, don't be so hard on the new guys. We all experimented. Everyone has to learn and burn their fingers. I agree. Everyone has to learn and burn their fingers. And I suppose to some extent, yes, everybody experimented. But the point here is you're coming onto a global forum, the Worldwide RC Drift Group, which is over 26,000 members globally. And then you tell them you want to convert it to a rear wheel drive, or you went out specifically and you bought a flying fish and now you want to convert it to rear wheel drive. My issue is that we've been through all of that. We've been through the mill. We've tried all of that. We've got our fingers burned. So I suppose it's like a parent and a child. I'm using an example, like a parent and a child. The parent knows what's best for the child because they've been through the good and the bad. So there's a fire burning there. The parent tells the child, don't go interfering with the fire, you're going to get burnt. or you're gonna get burnt. So the child doesn't listen, puts his hand in the fire and gets burnt. Here, we, the more experienced drifters in the game, advising the newbies, don't do that. You're gonna have a rough time. So we are actually trying to look out for them, you know. So I do understand what you're saying, Omar, but I also, at the same time, I disagree to some extent, because we are trying to help these guys by advising them to go in the best possible route for them. Let's see, let's get to more comments. Let's see. Perry says only 50% of the time. Stefan says it's money. Flying Fish TT1D costs around $200 RCR. I suppose so. Omar says TT01 is expensive. I gotta try to see the prices. Dude, like, how did it get so expensive here all of a sudden? I remember, and this I'm talking maybe 1 or 2 years back, the TT01 was like 3,500 rands. Now it's like 5.5 grand. I'm like, that is ridiculous. Rob says 3K for a SX3, 3K. Hashtag Linda Vaughn. If you know, you know. That's a good one. Thank you, Rob. That is a good one. Oh, jeez. That's a whole nother story. It's like a whole nother episode dealing with Linda Vaughn and that whole scene. Oh my word. It was ridiculous. So look, I've spoken all of these things about the Flying Fish and converting the all-wheel drive, but at the same time, I need to give credit where it's due. So there's one particular drifter which I'm sure, well, some of you will know, some of you may not know, but he's more known in the Far East area, the Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand countries. He goes by the name of Zulfadi Ahmed, and I'm sure some of you may have come across, he's actually developed his own conversion kit for the rear-wheel drive conversion kit for the Flying Fish. And he's also posted up a few a test run and a few runs with the Flying Fish and his kit. And to be fair, it's actually quite decent. I must be honest. I don't know the quality of the kit. I know that it is 3D printed, and it's actually not. It wasn't that expensive. I think his whole conversion kit was like between 25 and $40, which I think is like super cheap, and that obviously lends itself to the reason why it's cheap was because it's 3D printed. So I gotta give credit to him, and with that, I've gotta give credit to another gentleman by the name of Victor. I can't remember whether it was Victor Yao or Victor Ho. I can't remember, but anyway, his name is Victor. So he's also developing a rear-wheel drive kit for the Hsp Flying Fish. Why? I don't know. Probably because he can do it. I don't know the actual reason behind it, but I must give credit to him, because he's not just taking parts and doing a Frankenstein build. He is genuinely developing a specific kit, specific parts for the Flying Fish. So I got it. I always give credit where it's due, and I'm the kind of person that would like to encourage more than discourage. So yeah, big up to both you guys who taking on this task of creating a rear-wheel drive kit. I think that it's unnecessary. I don't think that it's required. However, I do understand your, I won't say need, but your desire for creating this kit. So, Wolf says, why dogs because they can. Same with the same with the HSP conversion. Yeah, look, man, I don't understand it, but I've seen some of the parts. I am part of the group where he's showing the development of the parts. And like I said, I'm someone who would prefer to encourage and not discourage. So, but the thing that that annoyed me was some of these guys in that group. They're like, oh yeah, haters will be haters, and they just don't want to, I don't know, blah blah blah. They went on about it, but basically, they went on about how people hate on them because they have a flying fish and they want to do a rear-wheel drive conversion kit. But the thing is, that's not the case. It's not that we don't want you to do it. It's that we don't want you to put in all that time and effort into something that's not gonna be 100% good, but it's gonna be decent. But if you focus your energy on a rear-wheel drive, on a purpose rear-wheel drive chassis, you'll have more fun. Again, I suppose those guys would fall into the category of they just want to have fun with it. They're not competitive. They're not going to enter comps. They're just there to bang doors with their buddies, and they're just out there to have fun. To which I would say, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Go enjoy it. Do what you want to do to have fun. It's all good. At the same time, whilst you feel so strongly about people hating on you, you should. Whoa, sorry, dropping my stuff here. Okay, I'm back. So while you feel so strongly about people hating on you for your HSP choice and your rear-wheel drive conversion for the HSP, you can't be like that towards people who have these dedicated, purpose-built, purpose-designed rear-wheel drive chassis. You can't hate on people who's trying to advise you that it would be better for you and of more benefit if you go with a proper rear-wheel drive. Rob says highball. Yeah, man, I had a highball moment. Oh, speaking of which, I'm sorry to deter. Hey, what's up, Ricky? What's happening, my man? Ricky, my boy from DNRC out there in the US. Same as Rob. And I'm sure a number of all you other guys. Hey, what's up, Rob? All the Americans have woken up and are joining me on my podcast. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Rob's from New York. Ricky's from somewhere there. Ricky in the US. Dude, I'm so sorry. I want to say California, but I don't think you're from Cali. Rob is from the other Rob. Omaha, Seattle, Omaha, around there. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Michigan. Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. Michigan. There we go. Thank you for all the corrections. Yeah, man, it's 100%, man. It's so good to see you guys. So, we've got a lot of Commodity family in here as well. Woohoo! Commodity family. Oh, jeez, wrong city. Wrong city. Detroit. Get your hands up for Detroit. Uh, okay, see, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. Speaking of Haibo, I know you guys would have said, Homer says Kabuki Land. I bet you someone's gonna come in and say Wakanda forever. Yeah, let me get to what I want to say, man. Speaking about Haibo, I know I've shown you guys images of the shirts. Yes, there we go. Images of the shirts. I hit a bit of a snag. We're trying to get those shirts out, but not to worry. It's gonna be going into production going into production soon, and will be, as soon as it's available, I'll be hitting you guys up and letting you know. It should retail for about between 180 to 220 pounds. Nah, I'm just kidding. Not pounds. Everybody knows SA doesn't deal with pounds anymore. It's South African rands. So for everybody, if you want to convert it into your currency, or if you want to convert it into USD, divide the 220 or work on the maximum 220. Divide the 220 by about, like, I don't know, 16.5. Jeez, where's the calculator when you need it? And I'm so bad at math. So anyway, yeah, and then you'll get the answer. And then shipping, obviously, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but 220 pounds. That thing better be woven with gold, man, if it's gonna be 220 pounds. Jeez. Now 220 South African rands. I don't know what it's gonna be in in USD, but yeah, you guys can figure it out. Just go on Google quickly and check it out. I'll let you guys know as soon as it's ready. So we've been covering, for the guys that just joined in, thank you so much again for joining in. We've been covering the whole Hsp shenanigans that's been going on, and with that, the good side of Hsp and the rear-wheel drive conversion kits, where we got two people on either ends of the world developing specific rear-wheel drive kits for the Hsp, with some success, I might add. And here on the B-Rock RC show, we encourage and not discourage, and we do our best to show the positive side about the hobby, but obviously we show the negative side, but we go more positive. You guys know what I mean. And we also give credit where it's due, no matter what. We always give credit where it's due, because when you think about it, no matter what it is, even if it's something so silly, like that one guy on the group who constantly posts up the most trashy looking chassis and this weird sort of caged build that he's doing with straws and everything, and it looks like he stuck it together with like homemade glue made out of flour and water or something. But if we strip away all of the ugly that we're seeing, we strip away all of that, and what do we see? We see somebody who's making do with what he has, and is so passionate about it that he is willing to face ridicule and laughter and whatever it is, just by putting it out there, so we all can can see it. So that's something to admire. That it doesn't matter what you have and what you do, but what matters is the passion that you do it with. think that's what I'm trying to say. Basically, what I'm trying to say is good on you, man. You know, we love that you're putting so much of effort and love into what you do, and you're not you're not like some of we've come across a few guys there. We're not you know, we don't see you out there like hustling and asking and begging for anything. All you're doing is you're putting the posts up and you're saying, what do you think? You know, you're just asking for input, and a lot of us have been you know, giving some input there. I know I have put in a few inputs. Look, I'll be honest, I kind of laughed at it at first because I was like, you're joking, right? This is a joke. You're pulling our leg. But then I realized that, you know, I looked at it more and more of his posts, and then I realized, no, you know what, this guy is really into this, and he's making do with what he has. No complaints. So, you know, more power to you, man. Okay, so Rob says, my crew puts gears together to send me a D5. Awesome, man. He's a legend. Even had a laugh and the balls to put up the pitch should be. Yeah, you know, this is it. This is it, bro. You should become some sort of preacher. Me, a preacher. No. I am not that. I am not great. I am not good of any sort. I am not. I am just. I am just a guy from the corner of the African continent, loving this hobby so much, and just try to reach out to everybody out there and share my passion for RC drifting, man. I'm no preacher, not at all. Let's see, Rob says he won us over. He needs a proper chassis. We make that happen. Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm gonna message you about that. You know, I think I should. For all the things that I said, I think I should actually get on that train and show my support as well. So, Rob, I'm gonna message you a little bit later, and just contribute a little bit, whatever I can, to help the guy, and then you can sort it out from my side. I don't want you to tell him. I hope he doesn't even see this, but I don't want you to tell him who it came from. Yeah, specifically, just, you know, just put it out there, and you do it on behalf of me. I'd really appreciate that. I'll message you though. I'll message you, and yeah, which so I wanna touch on something which is a little bit of a downer. And then I'm going to end off with some good news. So we'll get to that. I am just going to go back to some of these comments. Ricky says, grow the scene, hashtag grow the scene, hashtag support all. Absolutely. 100%, bro. 100%. Let's see. Ricky says, Miko Spalding sent him a chassis. Awesome. Nicely done. Happy. I'm sure he's going to be so super thrilled about that. Love that. I'm sure Uncle Asif can have fill the gaps. No stress. This is what we do time to time. That is true. If you guys don't know, Rob and Asif have the biggest hearts in the game. There are other people out there who are super generous, hearts of gold. Believe me, I know. Personally, I know as well. But nothing compares to these two guys, really. I have to. That's one thing that I'm super biased about. These two guys, Rob and Asif, have the biggest hearts in the RC drifting family globally. And remember last week's podcast, I was talking about community versus family, and we are more than just a community. We are a family. So I'm trying to wean myself off using the term community for RC drifting, and instead use the word family, because that's what we are, a family. Oh, I can be but we fight for the good vibe. I survived Kong, so it's all love from here. Absolutely, 100%, bro, 100%. But yeah, I mean, you know what I mean, man. Much love to you, bro. Really, much love to you. So, which leads me to my little bit of a downer. I'm gonna take it down a couple of notches. Damn it! I dropped this thing again. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna interfere with something else. I'm gonna see. I keep something in my hands to sort of stop the nerves and keep my flow going. So if I don't have anything in my hands to fiddle with, I kind of mess up. So for the last while, I'd say last couple of weeks, and more especially the last few days, I've been feeling like really down and demotivated. I will run. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Somebody is joining me. This is my daughter joining me. Yes, Dolly, how can I help? Excuse me. Yes.
The bathroom tap is not closing properly.
Oh no, not that thing again. Okay, I'm coming to fix it now.
Okay.
My little girl. And now I'm gonna go fix a bathroom tap. So I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna run through this a little bit quick, so I can go and fix the leaking tap. Yes, that's what I do. I fix leaking taps and broken washing machines. Yes, I can fix a washing machine. So yeah, I was feeling demotivated about RC drifting, and I haven't touched my stuff in a little while, and I just can't get myself going into drifting again. And so I reached out to my Kamuadi family and I asked them, so guys, what do you do when you are down in the slumps and feeling demotivated? I just wanted to get some tips, on, and maybe like learn from each other. Like, okay, when you're feeling down, what do you do? Maybe it's something I gotta try and try out and see if it helps me put that spark and that motivation back into RC drifting. And as usual, for a lot of things, I reach out to my Kamuadi family, Daniel, Stefan, Rob, the other Rob, Dennis, David, Jenna, Jenny, Matt, and so many others in the Kamuadi family. And a big shout out to Kamuadi, man. They genuinely are family. We're always looking out for each other, encouraging each other, helping each other out. And this is another one of those times where I needed help from my fam. And they were there, and especially Rob, man. And here is why Rob is the man. Rob Nick. This is why you are the man, bro. So as soon as he read the message, he came on and it was like, dude, you know what, you just do you. If you need a break, you take a break. You do whatever you need to do. Do your podcast. It takes a lot to do your podcast, but you know what, we love the style that you do it in. We love that grassroots kind of style of you doing the podcast, and just keep it going. So that was the gist of it. So basically what it really reminded me was that perhaps in my pursuit of making this podcast look amazing, like a number of and so many other podcasts and shows that you guys come across on YouTube or wherever, that it's okay that you don't have it that way. It's okay that it's plain Jane, it's simple, and it's the way I do it. And just keep on being yourself, keep on doing, just keep doing it the way you're doing, and you'll be just fine. And that is why Rob is a man. So he reminded me that he reminded me of something in me that perhaps I had forgotten. That just be Bob Rock. Be that person you've always been, and be that person that they have known or gotten to know me. And everything will return back to normal. You don't have to do it like everybody else. You do it in your own unique way because that's the best way. And that really, really helped. Also, with that, what everybody else has spoken about as well, and all the other family members that have encouraged me and told me it's okay, it's okay. You take the time you need. You don't need to be consistent. You don't need to do it all the time. Just do it whenever you are feeling good, and you'll see you'll return back to your old self. So Perry says, just let it happen, man. I'm demotivated every now and then. It's normal. You just need one little spark on your way that motivates you back to level 100, either with drifting, the podcast, whatever. Yeah, thank you, man. And it's Rob, man. It's largely because of Rob. I'm actually feeling good. I'm feeling a whole lot better, man. So Rob says, less is more. Love yourself. Being a good human naturally, we will respect you. And that's what I hope, man. I hope that I've managed to capture the respect of all my peers, all my families, all my drifting buddies from around the world. I think largely. That's something that I constantly, I won't say chase, but I constantly try and pursue, is to be that good guy and to be respected by everybody. So I hope that in some way I have your respect. And there are always other people like you. If you like your style, there are other people who like it too. Mostly the 40 nerds that are watching now that bring it together. And that's from Perry. Absolutely true, man. I must admit as well that doing the podcast largely is because of you, of you guys who constantly join me on every episode without fail. I do it for the love of RC drifting and for you guys as well, because I know you enjoy it. And I hope that I'll be able to continue this podcast for many years to come. And I hope that you will join me on this journey. So before I end of the podcast and run to go fix that leaking tap. Yo, what's up, Mikos? Did I say the name right? I hope so. Yeah, a little bit of feedback on, I know a few, maybe a month ago, or maybe more than a month ago, I spoke about an opportunity to open an RC club at a private school. Driftaholics RC checking in. What's up, Driftaholics? Nice of you to join us, man. Thank you so much, Mikos, for joining in the podcast. This is the B-Rock RC show, if you didn't know, and I'm the host, Bob Rock. And thank you for joining in. So yeah, a little bit of feedback. I think I told you guys we did a demo at a private school that wanted to open an RC drift club. So I had a meeting with them just last week, and it's all green light and ready to go. So these guys absolutely want this club to happen. They want to take it to a level where they want to compete in competitions as well. So that immediately sparks so many ideas, where if we starting with one school and we make this thing super cool and super banging, then it will encourage other schools to get involved. And then we're talking inter-school competitions, and then we're going to take this thing provincial with all the schools, and then national. So the ultimate goal for this thing is national. SA nationals, SA schools nationals, and then if it catches on even more, we're gonna take this in globally, man. So there's levels, there's things we're working on, man. So I'm gonna bring up more of that to you guys as soon as I know more. Yes, I do the same. I have a meeting with the mayor here to start a club food lessons at schools for kids. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, Rob. See, so somehow we all working together. Yeah, Wolf, it's really, really awesome. It's fantastic. I think it's a great opportunity. The reason why I jumped on it is because we'll be working with young kids, and I'm a firm believer that as guys who are in the hobby for this long, we have a duty to pass on the torch to the next generation to keep the hobby going. So if you are in the position and if you are able to do something similar, please go ahead and do it, and make sure you tag me in there or message me, because I want to also show that to the world and promote it to everybody and show everybody that RC drifting is very much alive, and it's I'm saying glowing. Yeah, it's glowing and it's growing. So hope you guys will be more and more encouraged to do that. Anyway, before the leaky tap gets more worse and then my wife comes and beat me up with the rolling pin, let me go. I'll catch you guys next week. Okay, so I'll take one more comment. Miko says, same here, man. I've been talking to my mayor. Yeah, we have a robotics RC class in both our schools, East and West, and Aurora High School. That's awesome. They're fantastic, man. I wish you all the best, and I hope you guys go for it. The kids will build their car themselves. That's the idea. But obviously, we're going to start them off with the basics. So I'm going to start them off with like absolute basics and then take them levels and levels and levels. And depending how they progress, then we see. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining in again on this week's episode of the B-Rock RC Show, Season 2, Episode 14. And we keeping it going, man. Thank you all so much again for joining in. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing the podcast to everybody and for joining in the page and the YouTube channel as well. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube so that I can change the name of the YouTube. Instead of having this random weird link, I can change the name to the B-Rock RC Show. So if I can get to 100 subscribers, that would be awesome. So let me know, help me get to 100 subscribers. Thank you all again for joining in on this week's episode. Catch you again same time, same place next week, 21:30 CAT. That's South African time. I'll see you again, and always remember, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Take care, guys. Peace.